clap. Alright, Ron.
2-2.
2 spot. Lamont.
1-3.
Let's go, Lamont.
1 clap. Kyle.
3-2.
Woo!
Big Keith.
3 cherries.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Zach.
2-2. Shit.
Go
Let's
big.
go, Zach
2
Bo.
spot.
Zach.
Alright, Mike.
2-2.
Boys.
2 spot.
Sir.
Alright, Koopy.
1-1.
Let's go. 1 clap. Alright, Maddie.
1-1.
Shoot. 1 clap. Mr. Corey.
2-2.
2 spot.
Yes, sir.
Caleb.
1-2.
Okay. 1 clap. Grady.
1-2.
Keep us going.
1
Keep us
clap. Alex.
1-2.
1 clap. Mr. Brian.
0-1.
Damn. Let's fix it. Keith.
Beagle 2.
Alright, let's fix it. Mike P.
2-2.
Woo!
Mike P.
Alright, 2 spot. And I bagel. Sadly, I want to. Alright, Cam.
0-2. Figure.
Alright, Ronnie.
0-2. Figure.
Sean.
Beagle 1. Figure.
Alright, look at this.
Beagle 1.
Wayne.
Beagle 1.
Wayne.
Watch this.
Faison.
1-1.
Woo!
Let's go.
1 clap.
1 clap.
Go, Colin. You're the new guy, huh?
Fat ass. Give me an ass. Yeah.
Answer ass.
You can do whatever.
I'm gonna draw a butt. There you go. Alright.
I was about to say, oh, someone's got push-ups. I think he does enough music.
Push-ups. Cam. Sales roll.
It's here, Cam. 600 credit or lower has to be a checking account.
Oh, good. Very good. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Ronnie, what are you thinking about?
So I saw this like a little while back that so it was, he says, I was for Rose, he said, whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just try to remind myself, this is where most people stop and this is why they don't win. So, like whenever, because it's going to get tough on those doors, especially when it's like starting to get hot outside in the summer. And you're just like, why am I even out here? You might not be selling, you go on a weak streak, but it's like, if you stop, you're just going to be like the other people, you know? And I'm sure like a lot of y'all here, you want to be like that 1% that stand out, you don't want to be like others, and so just try to remind yourself like this is where most people stop, and like, I'm not going to do that, just keep going, so.
That's
I'm not too great with these, but hopefully short. I'm thankful for Ron and Alex for talking into this opportunity. You know, they got me out here. The only reasons I'm out here, and then Mike over here convincing my crazy mama to let me come out here. So,
Let's go. Let's go.
That's what I'm thankful.
Make it Wayne. Make it Wayne on the hoes.
Are you a customer?
Yo, oh, I got foot on the cell bank. Can you come back a little bit?
Hey, real quick, I won't take too much of your time. I'm just working with a lot of your neighbors around the neighborhood. If you hear any sirens or alarms going off, that's me. Don't be sad. I'm just working with your neighbors. What I'm actually doing, I'm glad you asked, we're actually paying for 2 homes on this street to get this blue sign out in your front yard. I'm sure you've seen this sign before.
Yeah, my mom has ADT, but it's too expensive, so I'm good.
Gotcha. So that's actually the best part. We actually work with people who actually are on fixed income. So the reason why we actually want the sign out in the yard is because I'm sure you heard about the car break-ins on Frederick Avenue.
Yeah, I had a few of my cars broken into. That
Really?
happens all the time. I just live in a lockdown.
Gotcha. Well, what we did for Miss Lucy is the same thing we're going to do for you. We actually, by you helping us out, we're actually going to set you up with a front doorbell camera right here. So whenever somebody were to walk up to your car, it'll actually notify you whenever somebody is there. What's cool about ours is at nighttime, if you're sleeping and they can really break into your car, it'll actually notify you when someone's actually there. So if you can't get there, it'll actually like whistle at them and say, hey, I'm watching you, even though you're not, but they don't know that. And what we did for Miss Lucy is we set up with a front doorbell camera so she can run to the front, but we also set up with an outdoor camera in the back. So whenever she's away from work or not home, she can actually monitor both the front and back of the home. She's a doctor, so she's never home. If you don't mind me asking, what you do for work? Pretty busy?
I'm retired.
You're retired. Gotcha.
Yeah, this,
So-
I know this like stuff, it looks super expensive. Like, how much is it gonna be?
So it's actually the best part, again, we pay for the upfront cost of everything. All you just gotta do 3 things for me.
Yeah.
You just gotta leave that sign out in the front yard for me, so whenever people drive by and your friends and neighbors come over, they see the blue sign in the yard, we get the calls. You gotta be flexible with our technicians. So what that means is there's a bunch of technicians in the area right now that's paid for, that we paid for, so they can just jump from home to home to home. And we want to be able to jump from Miss Lucy's house straight to your home, so we get you set up tonight, so there's no more car break-ins for each night tonight. Does that make sense?
It does sound good, but I just got my food on the stove. Can you guys
Gotcha.
check a little bit?
Actually, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just show you how this works, make you a quick setup, and if it doesn't fit for you, go ahead and give it to your neighbor. It smells good though. I'll actually go ahead and check it out. Show you.
The one line right there? Yeah, here, let me sit down while you cook on the stove. And then just sit down. Oh yeah, you gotta get your shots here. Yeah, I'll just come inside right now. That was really good.
Transition for sure.
I'm smells good, let me check it out.
Alright. We do the pro and con. Honestly, it was like super hard to even find a con. That was probably like one of the best pitches from the rookies that we've heard this season so far.
Thank you.
But yeah, so kind of how like what we did with Nate yesterday, how you set the hook, like Ron was kind of a bull at first. Wayne set the hook, hey yeah, you're just gonna hear the sirens going off. And now Ron's gonna be like, whoa, what? Right, and listen. So Wayne set the hook, he was super assumptive all the way through. It's like, when we do this, when you do this, when you do that. And then Ron's like, probably wouldn't be able to afford it. Yeah, that's the best part, you make it into a pro. We work with a lot of people in fixed income in the neighborhood. Wayne knew the neighborhood, so he's bringing up the neighbors. And then what you did, what was really good is when you're explaining the cameras, you're like, oh, so that's what we did for Miss Julie. What she really liked, like when you use stuff like that, it works really well. Because then you're using the neighbors to kind of explain everything and what they really liked and all of that. Especially if the customer knows that neighbor. You found the hot button pretty quick. Brian told you that he had a car break-in, so you immediately went to the outdoor camera, started explaining all the benefits and features of that. What I would say to do a little bit more with it is like paint the picture a little bit more, so that way it's like when you're at work and you're not able to be home to stop somebody from doing this, then you could pull your phone out and yell at them through the camera, and then like more like that, to where you're building it more towards them. Or like you were doing, where you use the neighbor and they put themselves in that scenario. So that's also really good. So you built the value, you had the urgency there, saying technicians come and do this tonight, right? So you built the urgency and then the transition.
I mean, you could have been better in the transition.
Yeah, you could have said it a little bit differently, but the idea of it was there.
The confidence was there.
Yeah, the confidence was there. And that's honestly what matters more than anything that you say, so good job.
I would just say whenever he told you that his car broken into, you kind of like, oh, your car got broken into? When start talking about the cameras, like stroke his emotions on that.
Right.
What did they take? Oh my God, they took your cell phone. Oh my, you had to buy another one.
How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, that's probably
They
terrible.
broke in so many times that you leave the car unlocked now. That's how many times they broke it in.
Yeah, like
Why
really
haven't you got
stroke
cameras?
them. Like, it's gonna make them feel worse and worse about how they got broken into, and then whenever you offer the solution, it's like it makes 100% sense.
Yeah, when they say that, I'll be like, okay, so you thought about doing cameras, but it's probably because of money, time, or hassle. Whichever one they say, that's your biggest objection, you know for the future. If they say money, they're gonna tell you the biggest objection.
Alright, so a couple announcements. Colin, we got a new rep to the team. Where are you from? What do you like to do? Why are you out here?
Alright, so I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
He's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I gotta stand up 3 y'all can see me. So I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. My little side hustle, I just got a remodeling company started and whatever. But I came down here to make some more money. I want to make more money to
It's
where
not
I
a
have.
little company. He's got 12 grand in tools.
I want to make some more cushion for me, you know? I want to make more money to where I run into a problem and stuff, but I came down here, it seemed like a great environment to be around, you know? Like, all of y'all seem like cool people, and get to know you guys more is going to be great, so I'm excited for this, honestly.
Thank
I learned a lot
you.
more.
Alright, yeah, so we got Zach here today for us. Hot dog dude. So we're gonna go over, well here, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now how to go over any solar objection, any solar question. We're gonna teach you how to do all of them right now. Caleb asked me a question about solar.
So how much is it gonna cost me?
Yeah, Zach, he's actually great. All my customers love him. He's gonna come over and he's gonna answer that for you. It'll be really good. You just have that bill. Any objection, guys, don't deal with it. Zach knows what he's doing. We don't know what we're doing. Okay? So, any question they ask. Oh, I'm moving. Yeah, Zach works with a lot of people that move. He has a special program for you guys. When he comes over here, I'll actually explain it to you. Do you guys have one of those bills? Hey, I don't know if it's affordable. Yeah, no worries. A lot of people say that. Some people are actually more excited to talk to Zach than me. It hurts my feelings a little bit. But he actually shows you how to save a lot of money. So when he gets over here, I'll actually show it to you. Guys, that's how you overcome anything, okay? Don't call Caleb, don't call
What's the name of the
Dan.
bill they're getting?
Huh?
What's the name of the bill they're getting?
The name of the bill? So it's called their electricity bill. So Evergy is the company around here. And then Zach can go more into like what the bill looks like. But Ron has actually gotten 2 solar leads for Zach that he's gone to. Zach was there yesterday, he's got another sit with him today. And so how we're gonna pay out on this too, when Zach signs the documents with the customer, AT is gonna pay you $500, okay? So in the past, how we've done this is like, oh, wait till install, but he's gotta get permits, he's gotta, wait a month to have it installed, and like, it's like, when you guys don't see that instant gratification, you forget about it. So how we're doing it now is $500, they pay Caleb. When they cancel a week from now, you already got paid, right? So, sorry Chitix, but you already paid me, so that's what we'll do. So, $500 when the docs are signed, and then we don't have to worry about it, right? That's it. We let the experts handle it after that. So, that's how we'll do it there.
And you just gotta take a photo of the energy bill?
The energy bill.
And
So,
that's it?
Yep.
Are we sending it on Copilot or am I texting?
Just send it, you can send it to text it to Zach. The other one has Zach's number.
Lucky right on
That's it.
I'll say it on the phone, but. Alright, so and then this is how I get it. So if you guys want to record or whatever, so if Wayne's my customer, we do the entire sale. At the end of the sale, I have the keynote, right? And then what is there's a big thing there that shows the solar panels. So I'll just be like this. Yeah, so ADT, we did the system for you, yada yada yada. But we also do 2 things to save you money. 1, we give you that insurance discount through email, and 2, we give you a quote on the solar panels. ADT actually partnered with a local solar provider. His name's Zach. You guys are gonna love him. He's super awesome. But when you guys get installed, he's actually gonna drop you off a report, and he can show you if your house is a good fit to be able to save some money. If you just grab that electricity bill that you have from Evergy, I'll send that to him, and then he'll drop off a report to show you what it looks like. You wanna grab that for me real quick? That's it. Like, end of the sale. You take 30 seconds, they grab the bill, $500 if he signs docs, okay? So that's just easy add-on to what you've already done. The customer already likes it, you're already in the house. But hey, we can show you a couple ways to save money. 1, we send you that insurance discount, and then 2, we have a solar program now. If you send me if you have a bill, if you want to grab the bill real quick, yeah, we'll build this out, and then Zach's actually going to show you how you can start making some savings off having solar for your house. If it makes sense, great. If not, no worries. But when the technician's here today, he'll actually just pop in and drop off the report to you. Super non-threatening. Let Zach take care of it. And then yeah, I'll write his number up there, and then I'll hand it off to Zach too. He can kind of go over some stuff with the program for you.
Yeah.
What was your number again, Zach?
442
Okay.
287 2011.
Yeah.
So obviously my goal, guys, is to make this as simple and streamlined for everybody as possible. So I know that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that the idea, of course, is either I come at the time of installation of the security system or afterwards. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
obviously
during installs when I think you came with Ron's deal right there.
Yeah, I usually
Yes.
just tell them anytime to install.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be there, guys, right? Like, then you're not gonna have them back with like, oh, does that guy show up? They're not there. Like, when they're installing, that's a 2-hour window where the technician's in the house, so that's super easy for Zach to be able to actually talk to your customer too.
And that's spot on. And obviously what that does is obviously locks in your guys' sale for you as well too. So there's not any concern of it, you know, so I get it. A stranger you don't know coming in behind you trying to pitch a different product, it can make people feel a little bit uneasy. So you guys have that added security that you've at least got your install done, or after the install done, your money's protected, and then my job is to come in and get some more for us. So there was one other thing really I wanted to just kind of add, and I know some of us are new here, and again, I know we want to make sure to keep everything as simple as possible. There's a little website called Project Sunroof, and again, this isn't going to be like a, if it's too much of an extra step for somebody to take to where it's going to mess up your flow, don't mess with it too much, but it can help out a lot. As I talked to Ron about it the other day. Looking at that roof, it was bright yellow, amazing production. What that means for me, guys, is when a roof gets good production, I don't need as many panels. So when I don't need as many panels, it's a lower cost of equipment, and it's a better savings proposition for the customer. And if I come to a house and it's covered in trees, for example, and I'm gonna have to use a ton of panels, and then I'm gonna come in super high, and then it's, you know, it can kind of put us in a place where I guess what I'm getting at is making you guys aware of kind of some small things to look for and how to help you identify what might be a really good house to set up for solar. I think that can keep us from maybe getting our hopes up. Because if you guys are getting ourselves let down. If you guys are crushing me and sending me every single thing you get, and I'm going, you know, trees, bad roof, and I'm not explaining this to you guys, then that can kind of put us in a little bit of a negative space, and then we don't want to send stuff my way anymore. So that little Project Sunroof thing, I think, is going to be the most valuable piece, little valuable tool that I can suggest for you guys, is when you're in home, when you're doing your transition into suggesting taking a look at the solar program, just pop that up, Project Sunroof. You can find it on Google. You'll throw the address in, and it'll show you. Like, I'll give you an example. The two that I've done for Ron. Let me get you the address.
And then Ron, I'm your customer. How did you get the bill? And copy what Ron did.
I just showed him the video. I said, we just partnered with the local solar company. He's going to see if he can save you any money. He'll come by the same time as the technician. You'll love him. And I just said, can you grab your bill for me real quick? I just need a picture of it. I didn't overcomplicate it. That's it.
Simple ask. What I found, guys, like this guy yesterday, so there's really not much of an immediate savings proposition for him. And we're used to selling in California where it's like people have savings. Well, you know, having grown up here, I know that there's a lot of things that come through the country and that, you know, the Midwest gets overlooked on a lot. Solar, I feel like, is one of those things where, you know, even yesterday I was a little bit higher than the guy's immediate utility bill, and he wants it because it's cool, it's new, nobody has it, it's still new to everybody out here. In California, it's old news, that's all over the place. So people are still curious out here, they're excited for it. It's kind of a cool example. It's like, even if the solar did cost them a little bit more, it's kind of the difference between, I don't know, I was joking with my partner yesterday about the utility company being like a Ford Fiesta, you know, and your solar being like a Mercedes-Benz. You know, obviously your solar's in a Mercedes-Benz is going to cost a little bit more than a Ford Fiesta, but you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. So just some examples there. But Mike, let's throw up this address. So this was the first one that Ron sent me. This is Dale, 3502 Duncan Street. Duncan. And if you zoom in on that, you can see.
Oh, that's crazy.
You see the colors on the roof.
Super yellow.
So that one was tough. There's obviously nothing really I could do there. I only had, you know, very little yellow production on the left side of the house there. So I would have had way too big of a system. I wouldn't have been able to really show any savings at all. So that one was really, really difficult. I went ahead and let the customer know, like, hey, because the shading, like, this probably isn't the best fit for you right now, but we can, you know, revisit it down the road. And then the second one, to give you an example, this is for John Kroll from yesterday. This one's 5811 South 22nd Street, St. Joseph. See the difference? Bang. Right? So that is money. That's perfect. That's what we want to look for, guys. So if you're in that house and you're wondering, even as you're walking up again, obviously you guys need to be focused on getting your alarms nailed and doing that first. But if as you get practice on this stuff, you start thinking of, okay, as I'm walking up to the house and looking at the roof and seeing what the trees look like. Just, a quick glance around the house, see what I'm dealing with. Or if you're in the neighborhood, you notice it's got, lower tree coverage, and, start looking for more solar leads. So this is going to be the most useful tool that you guys have to help me help you sell more of this solar here. As Mike mentioned, $500 a piece. I know some of you guys are, what's the average number of sales you guys get per week? Each person?
Probably five.
Probably five? So check this out, guys. So the ratios for solar are anywhere from 3 to 5 to 1. 3 to 5 to 1. So that's 5 LOIs, as we call them, 5 leads to 1 solar sale. So if you guys are able to obtain, a solar lead on each one of your sales here, then that should tell us we should be able to get at least 1, if not 2 solar deals out of those 5 deals. Alarm deals. So
yeah, another thing I'm doing too, like those ADT doors, knock them, hey, bang, so you guys have ADT, you're actually eligible for a free quote with the solar program, that's why I stopped by. But if you grab one of those bills for you, we'll have a guy stop by and bang. Now ADT houses, then you have a reason to stop by, you get some name, you get some information, and then instead of it just being a big time vampire, now maybe I pop a solar lead off of it and get $500 off that house. Okay. So any ADT houses that they have, if they're active ADT, yeah, the alarm system, since you're with ADT, we can actually give you a free solar quote too. A lot of people are saving money and they're really excited about it. So if you have one of those bills, and then bang, so I'll go into that as well. But yeah, I'll send out this Project Sunroof to you guys. Zach, do you show any of this stuff to the customer? Or?
That's
this is just a tool for us to.
It's just for that part, just for the photo part. Yeah. That's the most useful piece, because that other stuff is just it's not necessarily random, but there's no way to know for sure where this $9,000 is coming from. That's whatever Google came up with. Yeah. So the primary thing with this is going to be the roof. A couple other things too, as you guys get more familiar with this stuff.
If you want a screencast, you can too.
Is that okay?
Because even like ADT houses, if you see a house with a big ass tree behind it that's shaded in the roof shit, probably don't get the bill, it's gonna be a waste of time for Zach, right? But new developments, super open, good looking roof, cookie cutters, bang, all day. So yeah, Zach can show us a couple things to look for too. Office Wi-Fi, and then.
What do you say again when you?
Is there a certain, when we get the bills,
so you guys
a certain
have ADT,
amount
you're actually eligible for a free solar quote for those ADT partners, solar companies.
Everybody's
Show them your right there. If you got one of those bills,
problem into the
guy,
sometimes because of the weather.